Echo Point Nova is a game about moving fast and obliterating anything that moves with a whole arsenal of weapons. But what if you didn't have all those weapons? What if all you have is a revolver? Can you beat Echo Point Nova using only the revolver? While I go through the tutorial, let me clarify the rules for you. 1. I cannot use any weapons in the Weapons tab. No shotguns, no rifles, and no pistols other than the revolver. 2. Anything that doesn't appear in the Weapons tab is fair game. That means the grappling hook, double jump, and hoverboard. Now that the rules are out of the way, let's talk about the objectives. To beat Echo Point Nova, you need to collect 8 artifacts. These artifacts can be collected at any point, but I kinda forgot where they are. So we're taking the old-fashioned route and scanning for them. We need a total of 20 scans to find every artifact, so let's get to it. Scan 1, Mushroom Forest. Here I learned the first few lessons I would need to complete this run. 1. The revolver sucks. 2. Keep moving at all costs. 3. The revolver is kinda good sometimes. And 4. Have fun. Our reward for this scan is the adrenaline perk, which fills up this meter whenever we're moving fast. Whenever the meter is full, I can slow down time for a few seconds. Needless to say, a very important upgrade. Now would be a good time to mention agility orbs. These are little orbs that you can find around the maps. When you get enough of them, they upgrade either your jump or your grapple. I'll collect them as I see them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find them. Scan 2, Wind Temple. I got my first gun level here. This one gave me a scope, which is more helpful than you might think. The reward was a rifle, which isn't very helpful. Scan 3, Market. We're introduced to hoverboard enemies here. Usually, to make up for their faster speed, you can one-tap them by shooting them off their board. But I already one-shot them, so they're kinda just silly. Our reward is Ground Pound. I'm not gonna explain that to you, it sucks. With 3 scans, we get the location of our first artifact, Bangalore Labs. I ignored the secondary objective for now, making my way straight to the artifact. This artifact was guarded by hordes of guys. Oh wait, never mind, we're done. But wait, here we get introduced to mechs. These are walking behemoths with armor, health, and guns. Lots of guns. The revolver lacks armor piercing, so we're gonna have to get creative. Oh, never mind. With that, the artifact is mine. Scan 4, Ascension. Lesson number 5. Suppressive fire does not work. The revolver kills in one hit, so staggering an enemy with shots as you approach is useless, and often less efficient than just running up and shooting. But don't run straight at an enemy, that's how you get killed. We got the Gunslinger perk from this one, which lets us reload 33% faster. Scan 5, Bridge. I finally noticed that mechs have a weak point, after 100%ing this game. But hey, we got Trauma Team from that. Artifact 2, Quarry. This is where I learned the true meaning of revolver only. Play like a coward and don't have fun. Anyways, Artifact 2. Scan 6, Yellow Forest. Let me tell you about my fighting style. I call it the Reiner Special. It goes something like this. Our reward is useless. Scan 7, Sparse. For some reason, I keep using adrenaline right before reloading. So instead of getting the chance to line up a free kill, I have to watch as my character slowly reloads 6 rounds. Scan 8, Fuel Depot. These are jetpacks. They suck. They move around out of reach, they fire a bunch of projectiles, and they stay far away. Scan 9, Outpost. Here's where we start getting giant mechs. I was scared of these since I thought I'd have to waste all my ammo taking them down, but they aren't nearly as bad as you'd think, mainly because of the weak spot. Scan 10, Desert Ruins. Shields. You gotta get in close before even killing the guy inside. That's the only challenge this one had. Scan 11, Scaffolds. The enemies in this game are very interesting and feel fun to play against. They can lose track of you if you leave their sight, and they can communicate with each other. And that is an entire aircraft carrier. Okay, we are out of here. Artifact 3, Tomb. Push some buttons, go through some rings, open a door. Mazel tov. Scan 12, Bridgehead. Nothing new, other than figuring out how I can deal with shields by ignoring them. Oh right, this game also has bosses. I'll explain as simply as I can. This is the Sandworm. The Sandworm has a power that we need to get to high places. So, we have to take it down. The sandworm has 10 weak spots that we have to destroy. I like to tackle this front to back. Now watch me take this thing down. Scan 13, Old City. I've entered a flow state with the revolver. It feels natural to play the game with only one weapon now. Artifact 4, Drift. This one is simply out in the open, surrounded by fire. I used my wind power to clear it and grab the artifact, no trouble at all. Artifact 5, King Icicle. This artifact is scattered in 3 pieces throughout the icy mountain, forcing me to fight my way through the mountain itself to grab each piece. One at the base, one in the center, and one at the tip. Scan 14, Sentry. This is my favorite scan in the entire game. It's just so dynamic. The open sections, the closed rooms, it's all great and it feels so good to just loop around. Scan 15, Erebus. I'm here for the perk that this scan unlocks. With it in hand, I'll be able to blitz through the whole game. Super Style. Slows down time when I'm flipping. With this, the aiming problem with the revolver is solved, and we can head straight to the end. Scan 16, Curves, was made easy by Super Style, and same goes for Artifact 6, Mountain Lab. It's time for boss number 2, Dragonfly. The difficulty of Dragonfly comes from trying to board it. I used my wind power on the mountain to do that. Then it was just about ripping it apart, and also staying on its back. That was a problem. Artifact 7, Black Forge. Sucks. I hate this artifact. It just takes so long. It was like 5 minutes, but still, that's a long time. Alright, let's do a montage of the last 5 scans. Scan 17, Infernal Vortex. Scan 18, Ironwood. Scan 19, Array. Scan 20, Annulus. And finally, Artifact 8, Volcano. Alright, it's time for the third boss, Fire Lizard. No, not the one from Breath of the Wild. It's this one. I know they look pretty similar, but it's a different one. I promise it's a different one. It works like every other boss. Hop on, kill it, let's go. From the Fire Lizard, I get the Combust power, which lets me do this, I guess? It's kinda cool, and now that we have 8 artifacts and all 3 powers, we can use them on this island to gain access to the final area of the game. Space is, well, I'll let Jacob Geller tell you about space.
I actually flew through the lessened gravity. The ascent only grew more extreme, but now I had cracked it. Giant icicles hung in the atmosphere, and I surfed straight up them. Magma-covered rocks floated in the vacuum, and I barely touched a one. Echo Point Nova had finally let go of its last restraint. Up above the planet, ultimate freedom.
Now it's time to face the satellite. Boss 4. This is where I prove that I am the greatest revolver user in Echo Point Nova. This is where all that learning and growing and revolving has led. I combust through the bottom and take out the weak point. Then I take out each of the bottom nodes. I fly up to the second layer, the nodes there go down with little effort. Same with the top node, and with one final dive, I have beaten Echo Point Nova, using only the revolver. Hello everyone. I'm sorry for being gone so long, but I do hope you enjoyed this video. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. I'm sure you know, unless you don't. And if you don't, you're probably new here, so I'd suggest you subscribe to me. In retrospect, this challenge was not really a challenge, but I had fun doing it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Trashbird Crow, and I'll see you in the next video.